Hello everyone and welcome to the Dragon Code. In this video we will cover positions in CSS. In this picture you can see positions in CSS. Default position is static. You also have relative, absolute, fixed and sticky positions. In this page I will add two div elements and in style I will style them. So both divs will have width of 300 pixels and height of 200 pixels. First div will have background color blue and child 1 background color blue, and second div will have background color red. So it is second child and background color red. Let's open this page in browser. So these are two divs and position of both div is static by default. So it is like I write here position static. It is default value. Now I will try with position relative. Position relative is relative to element normal position, and with properties top and left you move element from its normal position. With top you move element vertically and with left you move element horizontally. Let's open browser, and by default value of top property and left is 0. I can change that. I'll add 100 pixels. And now this div is moved vertically 100 pixels from its normal position. And I can also do it horizontally 200 pixels. And now this div is also moved horizontally by 200 pixels from its normal position. I will go back with default values in first div, so I will delete this. And I will add position relative in second div. And now I will move this second div minus 50 pixels. So red div is moved minus 50 pixels vertically from its normal position. So when position is relative and values of properties top and left is 0, element is placed in its normal position. This is position relative. Now I will move on position absolute. And when position is absolute and values of top and left is 0, then second div is placed here. This is because position absolute is relative to its parent, and because this div has no parent, its parent is whole page. And in this page, this div is placed at the very top and left. I'll repeat again, position relative is relative to element normal position and position absolute is relative to element parent. If I want to move this div to the very bottom, I will remove top property and I will add bottom property and value 0. I can also move it from right, so I will add right 800 pixels. Now this is 800 pixels from right. But it is not common to position element absolutely without parent, so I will add parent in this second div. ID child. So child div will have its style child width 50 pixels, height also 50 pixels, background color green, and position absolute. And it is important to note when child has position absolute, parent should have position relative. Let's see this in browser. So this is child div inside parent div. And I think it is better to have white background color. So I will add border 4 pixels solid red, and I will remove border color. So it is going to be white. And now I can move this child div right 0 is move on very right, bottom 20 pixels, right 100 pixels. I can also have minus 100 pixels, so they will go out of its parent, but I will move back on 100 pixels. You should also know that with position absolute, elements go out of normal flow and they can overlap. So to show that, I will add another child div, and with id child 2, and I will give id for first child 1, and I will copy this and add purple background color. And it is child 2, and border from this div is applied because it is second child, so I'll write here border none to remove border. And now it looks like there's only purple div because green div is overlapped and you cannot see it. But if I change this right property to 80 pixels in first div, now you can see green div. But still purple div overlaps green div. You can control overlapping with z-index. Element with biggest z-index will overlap all other elements. So if green div has z-index 10 and purple div have z-index 9, green div will overlap purple div. And if I change z-index of purple div to 14, now purple div will overlap green div because it has bigger z-index. Now I will move on next position, position fixed, so I'll add another div, id third. And I don't want div to be inside second div, so I will move it from here and paste here. And then I'll add background color of third div. I'll set background color orange. And this is that third div. Position fixed is relative to the viewport, and element will maintain its position even if you scroll the page. I'll add top 100 pixels and left 500 pixels. And I will also add dimensions to body, to page, width of 200 viewport width, and height to 200 viewport height. And let's now go in browser. So this is third div with position 100 pixels from top and 500 pixels from left. And if I scroll this page, this element maintains its position. And last position is position sticky. So I will change position of this third div to sticky. And you can see that now this third div has its normal vertical position, and when I scroll it down, it has vertical position 100 pixels from top. This is all for this video. If you like this video and want more videos like this, press like button and subscribe, and see you next time.